All right, this week on Restauranttopia, we got a very cool interactive. If you're listening on the podcast, you might want to check it out on YouTube because it's very visual, but you're going to see and hear some amazing things on how to increase ticket average at your restaurant. We got Anthony Hamilton here giving you 5 simple but really, really high wow factor desserts for your restaurant to increase your ticket average.
Imagine a perfect world where you can build a restaurant, open the doors, and make loads of money. Unfortunately, those days are over. It takes great leadership, hard work, and long hours to operate a successful restaurant. Together, we can make it happen. This is Restauranttopia.
So, Anthony, thank you so much.
Of course, man. That's what I do.
That's what we do. You do good work. Your typical restaurant has how many covers a night?
200.
200.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have ordinary bland desserts, you're probably not getting very much penetration on covers for desserts.
Yeah, and let's rewind that, because if you have mediocre desserts and they're bland, as you're saying, listen, and no offense to any restaurants out there, dessert's always a throwaway because we don't have pastry chefs.
Correct.
Right? So to make that wow factor dessert, you got to have a pastry chef.
And you can't afford it.
Right. No one can.
Typically, unless you're at a great location, city that can afford it.
Yeah, like a Vegas or but now, like most pastry chefs I worked with that I brought in were also my sous chefs.
Yeah.
So they had like 2 hats, right?
No, they had to, because they wanted to do pastry, but you had to be a dual player.
That's it, man. It's the only way. So here's the deal. If your staff's not excited about your desserts, guess what? You're not selling desserts.
No.
You're not. And a lot of times we pull out a cheesecake that's from a company or prefabricated. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But I think if you want to take that next step and get that craveability factor.
And the wow factor.
Yeah. And then you talk about the food costs as well.
Yeah.
You can make the things I'm going to show you really, really easily just with a few basic ingredients and almost zero technique.
That's awesome. What you want to do is train up your staff, make sure that you're putting forth a really good script on how to sell these desserts. The desserts have the wow factor. I think you can add 3 to 5, maybe even 1 or 2 to your menu. That will be a showstopper. And we're going to have a special guest, Pablo Lopez, at the end of the show with coffee.
I'm most excited about that. I'm a coffee junkie, and he's got the best coffee, this kid. Unbelievable.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
A local Cleveland guy. His family's in the coffee business. Pablo is an employee of Hillcrest too. Amazing human being. So cool. I also want to thank Tri-C. We're in the Tri-C culinary kitchen here in Cleveland, Ohio. Amazing facility.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's awesome.
No,
awesome.
Appreciate it. So, Anthony, let's see the first one.
Hey, you got it, brother.
All right.
Let's go.
How can your favorite local independent restaurant make more money with desserts?
Well, I would start by using your favorite locally owned independent ice cream.
All right.
Is how I would start. So,
you know what mine is?
What's that?
Pierre's.
Well, yeah.
That's what we got.
Naturally.
I love it.
Pierre's is an institution, first of all. I never really realized how deep its roots were in Cleveland, to be honest with you.
It's amazing.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So it's tucked away back there on Euclid down the way. And I went and met the team last week. Let me tell you, they're amazing people from Shelley on down, Frank and all those folks. They were so generous. They took the time, showed me a tour of the factory, gave me a glimpse of their ethos, where they started from, very grassroots.
Yeah.
Now they're a huge company, but they're still independently owned. Shelley runs the shop. It's amazing.
It is amazing. It is a Cleveland institution serving all of Ohio and beyond. Really a great company that you can get all different sizes of ice cream. Whether it's a 3-gallon or the individual serving size, you can get it from Pierre's through Hillcrest Foods.
Yeah, both retail and wholesale. So they do a tremendous job. So anyway, before this ice cream melts, let's get started, right?
All right, let's see.
All right, so this is just another way to kind of differentiate yourself. So often we think in restaurants, what we want to do is just serve ice cream, right? A couple scoops and some sauce and we're good to go. I want to show you how to elevate that just a little bit. So what we've done is we've taken this ice cream out of the freezer and we've tempered it in a refrigerator.
Okay,
and
how long?
About an hour or so until it softens up. Really, I didn't time it as much as I'm feeling it, and it feels squishy, but it's not thawed. Okay. If you let it thaw all the way, it's going to recrystallize. It'll be terrible.
Not great.
Right? No, it's going to be grainy. So we got to act quick. So I'm going to show you how to do a peanut butter cup ice cream cake.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I love this.
And I got something for you here too. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. You know what this is?
That's not a Ganache, is it?
This is Ganache.
Oh my God!
This is the stuff served by Warren Buffett's, right?
Okay.
His ice cream company. It's in the middle of their cakes.
Okay.
But what I figured out is a trick. It's not traditional Ganache. So regular Ganache, and I'll have recipes for you guys like posted on the links or wherever Brian drops this.
So this will all be on probably the Hillcrest website, and then we'll have links to it.
All right, very nice. So this Ganache is a little bit different. I had to add a dirty word to it, but what it does is it's long glucose chains that interrupts the crystallization of the chocolate. So when chocolate is crystals,
Yeah.
when it reforms, it gets hard and firm.
Uh-huh.
You put a little corn syrup in there, and it keeps it that soft and chewy even at frozen temperatures.
Really? Okay,
So I've spent
nice.
countless hours cracking the code for you. I hope you're impressed.
I
truly.
appreciate that. Let's say a lot of tasting involved, and a lot of product development.
Well, of course. I mean, that's how it goes, right? So first and foremost, we're going to start with the bottom crust. And what I have here is chocolate graham crackers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm mixing with just a little bit of butter, about half the ratio you would for a pie, because I need that butter to help it all congeal.
Okay.
And I put them in my food processor, and I've just really made them into crumbs here. As you can see, they're pretty crummy.
Okay.
I think I've called you crummy before. if I'm not mistaken.
I've been crummy.
So I'm gonna pack these down gently,
Okay.
and then I want to go for my ice cream. We're gonna do our first layer, so we need a couple.
What are we using?
Oh, peanut butter cup.
Oh, that's,
Yeah, the whole thing
that's
is
good.
peanut butter and chocolate, peanut butter and
Oh, okay,
chocolate all
okay,
the
I
way
like
through,
it.
right? So you can see it's very soft and very spreadable. And
Okay.
I'm just going to start plunking that down in there.
Okay.
Oh man, the peanut butter is not as soft as the ice cream. That's cool.
No.
Yeah, you're going to have big chunks of peanut butter in there.
Okay, I like that.
So listen, as I'm building this, if you want to run off with the rest of the bucket, you can, okay? Go hide in the corner, eat the rest
Oh
of
my
it.
God!
I got
You're
spoons.
bringing up memories of high school. I'm waiting for that phone to ring, eating some ice cream here.
That's awesome. So we'll layer this guy down here. Real easy. I mean, it's not rocket surgery, right?
Uh-huh.
So when I was talking to Shelly about these, it's actually her inspiration. It's something she does in the holidays. And so she takes just a regular old pie crust that you can get from the store. I'm sure high quality.
Yeah.
She knows her food.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes her seasonal pumpkin ice cream and does this very same thing.
Oh, that's
Tamps
so
it
good.
down, and then just freezes it with whipped cream on top. And so instead of pumpkin pie, she has a 5-minute pumpkin ice cream cake.
And an invite to my house this year for the holidays.
Yes,
Wow.
and an invite to Brian's house for the holidays. So I've just smoothed this out right now, and you can see it's really pliable, really easy to work with.
Okay.
I'm going to put another layer of these crumbs down.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, well, of course. You got to have the textural contrast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also it's chocolate, so no worries about that. I heard you can die by chocolate and still be okay. All right, so I got that packed in there. I don't even need to tamp those down, really.
Okay.
And then here's a secret weapon. Now, I do have this warm, not hot. This is a very important distinction.
Okay.
So it's got to be melty and oozy, but it can't be too hot to where it's going to melt the ice cream that we have in there.
So when you make it,
Well,
can you make this the day before, or can you make it in a
you can
large
make
batch?
you can make this the day before and reheat it if you want to.
Okay.
It's certainly not a problem. Can I tell you how easy this stuff is to make, though?
I gotta know.
Okay, so I took chocolate chips, semi-sweet,
Okay.
some heavy cream, and some corn syrup and put it into a bowl. And I microwaved it for a minute and a half. And then I stirred it.
Okay.
Like super chef techniques.
All right, I think I can.
Super
I
chef
think I can do
techniques.
this. I think
Yeah.
I can get this down. Wow. Okay.
So you can see how velvety and shiny that is.
Mhm.
It's pretty awesome. Now we're going to top this off with just a little more ice cream. So once I get that smoothed out, we'll come back over here and dip into our bucket. And we're just going to kind of plop this on too. And this part's a little tricky because everything wants to slide around on you. Just be patient with it.
Okay.
It's like spackling drywall, which I have no patience for. I guess that's why they make contractors,
That's
right?
why it does want to.
Yeah, it does want
Okay.
to squish all over the place. That's okay though. So if you have mistakes here, like I'm maybe not going to get perfectly full coverage,
Okay.
but the good news is we're going to top it off with more crumbs and chocolate peanut butter cups. So it's okay.
Okay.
Yep, not a problem. I always try to build in like designs in my stuff to where I know I can make mistakes and then cover it up. So that's not perfect right there.
That's
But
pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not
no,
bad.
because I was moving around like.
Oh, look, they disappeared.
Oh, look at that.
Look,
Okay.
all the blemishes are gone.
There it is.
It's like foundation for your ice cream cake.
No, I love it.
All right. So I got that. I'm going to take these. These are just chopped up peanut butter cups. Your favorite brand will work if there
Okay.
is more than one brand. So this was the hardest part of the prep for this whole thing, was actually unwrapping all these. That part I didn't expect. I was a little frustrated. I'm not going to lie to you.
But you could use the bigger ones too. I mean, they don't even have to be the small
No,
ones.
I mean,
as
you
long
can
as you cut them up.
Right. Well, you could actually stick them in whole too, man. No problems.
Oh, that'd
Just
be good.
go for it. Yeah. So you can see how soft this is.
Mm-hmm.
So to get technical and not to be too technical, when it melts, the crystals disalign. So then when you freeze it again, it becomes granular, like grainy, gritty, mealy, that sort of thing. So we're trying to avoid that. So I'm going to pack those in. I'm going to run this to the freezer right away.
Love it. All right, with the magic of editing, we have the peanut butter and chocolate ice cream cake. This is a work of art here.
Thanks, brother.
We took this out of the spring pan. It came out perfectly. This looks amazing.
So this is one of those things as a chef you have a hard time taking credit for, right? Because we used a really good ice cream.
100%.
We used a really good peanut butter cup.
Yep.
We used really good graham crackers.
Uh-huh.
So quite frankly, it doesn't take a chef to make this. What it is just good assembly and understanding how to put it together.
I've never made anything this good, so I'm going to say this is next level.
Give me 5 minutes, man. I'll show you. Actually, just watch the tape. Watch the tape. I'm super excited about the Warren Buffett Ganache we have in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? That's my favorite part. So let's give this guy a cut and see what we got in the inside.
Wow.
Now, again, this could have set up overnight, so it's a little more firm. But sometimes TV needs supersede reality needs,
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree. Wow. Look at this, is what people are coming into your restaurant for. Now, would you plate this with anything else, or how would you do it?
Yeah, I mean, you throw some chocolate sauce on there, more peanut butter cups. You could side mask it with the graham.
Okay.
Again, the most important thing is whatever your plating style is, that's fine. Run with it. You do you. The most important thing is trying to get it creative, show your customers something that they haven't seen before. Because I don't know anybody's got an ice cream cake on the menu.
Yeah.
I don't.
No one's provided. So
especially this one.
Yeah, this is something at Hillcrest Food Service. You can get the ingredients, get the Pierre's ice cream at your restaurant. This is where it's at. This is a quick, easy way to increase your ticket average. I love it.
100%. So we're talking low food costs again. Yep. Also, what happens is if you put your inflection, your style on this, no one else has it. So all of a sudden, you're the only one in the game that carries this specific product. And oh, by the way, it's pretty craveable. So let's try it out.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm excited about this myself.
This, that is rich, amazing. It, you know, I'm a wordsmith, and I'm at a loss for what to say here.
Beautiful, man.
You gotta try this.
All right, I will.
Thanks. The ganache and the crumbs, everything is just so perfectly paired. This is gonna be a showstopper. Have this with some coffee. You're gonna increase your ticket average. I love it. That's really good.
Yeah. Again, great ingredients going into it.
Yeah.
Just don't get in the road. Just try to put them with something that complements it.
Yep.
Make the money.
I love it.
God, that's good.
That is so good.
Yeah, so good.
So good.
You ready for our second one?
What's our second one? Because the first one was so easy and it looks so delicious. I can't wait for that to set up. But what do we got here?
No, I'm telling you, that's why we're doing this. It is so easy. Like anybody could do this. And then again, a great way to differentiate yourself because you can create your own flavors, your own layers, your own garnishes. This one, I'm a sucker for peach cobbler. I don't know how you feel about it.
Big fan.
Love peach cobbler. So I want to do a play on that. So Pierre's has a new line of sorbets out. This is their peach sorbet.
Okay.
Kicks ass. So good, right? So what I'm going to do is I took the same crust approach where I did a half butter ratio. Instead of graham crackers or chocolate graham crackers, I use Nilla wafers. Okay. Which I think is a great idea. Because as much as I can incorporate Nilla wafers into my life, the better off I think I'm going to be.
I think it's a quality move.
Well, I read it in a book the other day, so I'm really working on these self-help books, and chapter 1 was all about Nilla wafers. I feel really good about my decision here. Again, I have a little bit of butter in there because when it freezes, it's going to congeal. Okay. So I'm going to pack these in gently, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing I did last time. This time I have vanilla ice cream instead of the peanut butter cup. And we're just going to kind of plop it down in segments here.
I know everyone at the office and at home can't smell this, but
it's Nilla wafers.
It's Nilla wafers. It's vanilla ice cream. I'm like, it is next level. This is good.
Yeah. Well, they say I act like a 7-year-old, so I figure, you know what? I'm going to bring it back to my 7-year-old self.
No, but at tableside, the customer
that's a great point.
Is going to smell that, and that aroma is going to want them to buy. So if you bring out the whole thing and you cut off a piece or however you do it when you're serving, this is how you increase that ticket average because people are going to want to buy this. And I'm telling you, they're going to buy a lot of this.
You know, man, there's something to be said about that because I can tell you that back in the day, one of my last employers I worked with in the industry, he taught us how to walk around the dining room. We've talked about this in other episodes. Where we would take big crabs or big steaks just to show them off for the wow factor and walk the long way around the dining room. But then we'd also sizzle garlic and sizzle other things on the plate. So then you would have those aromas and all of a sudden people are like, I want that. Because you have the sight and the smell now. Unbelievable.
No, people order with their eyes and with their nose and you have to give them the experience. Part of that experience is Chef Anthony. Like, look at this. You got to get the wow factor.
Look at this.
All right, oh, this looks amazing.
So now we have vanilla ice cream down. I want to put more Nilla wafers because
definitely more of that. It's not my recipe, but you definitely need more Nilla wafers.
Well, I also need the separation. I need some traction because my sorbet is going to slide around.
All right. You going light on the Nilla wafers?
Oh, no. Don't worry.
Go heavy. Go heavy. Don't be afraid.
So what's cool about these, again, there's butter in there so to help them congeal, and then the ice cream will actually hydrate them a little bit. So then it kind of activates a little bit of the gluten that's left in there. Okay. Should all start sticking together and stay in one piece is beautiful. It's not really satisfying about spreading this around.
No, there is. I'll tell you what, like I might have a career change.
You know what's funny, man, is we didn't mention the pans. So for those of you watching, this is a springform pan. You see this a lot of time in cheesecakes. And reason being is when these are done, we're able to just undo this buckle, and then the whole side piece comes off. So we're not trying to dig the cake out of here.
And we'll have links for these in the show notes. This is easy stuff that you can get. This looks so good. You know, this is the peach.
This is peach sorbet.
Okay.
So you're going to have a vanilla base, lots of Nilla wafers. I'm going to try to stir this up a little bit to make it more homogeneous. So it's nice when it's tempered like this, but again, you got to work quickly because you don't want it to thaw completely out. No. If it does, that's a bad thing.
I'm no stranger to opening up ice cream. Trust me.
Right?
I probably have carpal tunnel from opening up so much ice cream.
At 3 a.m, so that should be enough. So about 1 3/4.
This went on pretty easy. I'm impressed.
Super easy. But again, the tempering process is crucial to this. You can't just dig it out and start start managing it right out of the freezer. It's not going to work. All right. So then what we're going to do to top this guy off, we're going to use some toasted almonds. So I just bought some slivered almonds from the grocery store. You can use them untoasted if you like, but I like the depth of quality, the toasty notes, the caramelization. Yeah. And I'm just going to put copious amounts on top. Again, textural contrast, great look, great flavor, which is arguably the most important. Wow. Isn't that crazy?
No, this
but
is
look,
good.
We got, what, 5 minutes in this?
Yeah. So how many could your team make in an hour and be ready for the night and make it limited quantities? Put together food costing on this. You will sell through this. What else? What do you got here now?
This is powdered sugar.
Okay.
So we're just going to add a little of that just for a little more effect.
Okay.
Nothing fancy.
And you could put your logo on there. You could figure something out.
You could stencil anything you want on there. Yeah.
No,
but again, the most important thing is here, I get this into the freezer. So I'm going to go do that now.
Okay. All right. With the magic of editing, we got that.
Right? That's unbelievable, right? So what we did is, if you remember, we made this in a springform pan, so for easy access to get out of there. And then we put it back in the freezer for it to set up. So we had tempered our ice cream. So let's unbuckle this guy.
Wow. This looks next level.
Yeah, so I mean, again, we just use what, two things of ice cream, some vanilla wafers, some almonds. Now at this point too, like if you wanted to do something different, you could take some more almonds and do what's called side masking.
Yeah,
and that's literally where you just stick them on the sides.
Or you could take some strawberries or something, fruit.
How about peaches?
Peaches. Yeah, there you go. I love it.
The point of this is there's a million variations you can do with this sort of thing. You can be ultimately flexible. Yeah. It doesn't cost you very much, and anyone can do it, right?
But when it was in the pan, I didn't realize how big it is. There's a lot of servings here.
Yeah, so, this thing weighs a good like 4 or 5 pounds.
Okay,
there's no question.
And there's some product in it. How many pieces do you think you could get out of here?
I would say 8.
Okay,
8 servings, 8 appropriate servings, easy.
I would be totally happy with that.
Yeah, no, it's good. Let's get you out a big slice, Brian. See what it looks like. You can see the different layers and striations and things. Right?
No, and give me a spoon. I'm going to tell you right now
yes,
this looks delicious. So we
all the notes of peach cobbler in there. You have the vanilla, you got the cake aspect of which is the batter and the cobbler, and then almonds are just an extra bonus.
Okay.
But really the secret is the Pierre's ice cream. It's so good. And the sorbet.
Again, start with good products and you're going to be a winner. We got the vanilla ice cream. We got the peach sorbet. And we're going to try it here. That is amazing.
You're a good taste tester. I'm bringing you everywhere from here.
Absolutely. It is light, it's refreshing. This is something that you want during the summer and completely set up, frozen for hours. Your customers will love it. This is definitely a patio dish. This will be a game stopper.
Definitely recommended you let it set up overnight. Oh yeah, no question about it.
Okay,
so make it ahead of time.
I love it. And then maybe spray some nonstick on the pan.
That would help. Okay, absolutely.
Anthony, our third dessert.
Yeah, third and fourth. We're doing 2 now.
Oh, this is great. So same ingredients.
Same family, though. Same family.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got?
So we're going to do crepes. Okay. Right? So another feature, local companies. And again, remember the theme of this. Yeah. We're trying to differentiate ourselves to raise check average, right? What can we do with very little labor, very little effort to give it that wow factor or some of the competitive advantage, right? That craveability that we're always searching for in restaurants.
Well, the ability for your customer to take a picture, share it with their friends, and is your meal shareable? Yeah. At the table and on social media.
Right. Instagrammable, right? That turns into a verb.
It's the way it is. I'm on Insta, so if you want to look me up, that's yes.
No. You can't say Insta. You have to face full Instagram at your age, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to break that to you.
Sorry. I'm in MySpace, so I'm out there. You just find me. All right, what do we got?
MySpace, blast from the past. So again, not only are we doing the craveable thing, the Instagrammable thing, all that jazz, but we're also featuring local companies again.
I love this, yeah.
So we have a crepe mix. You want to tell me about it?
Oh, definitely. So this is a local Cleveland company that makes crepes in food service. It's Alamera. Definitely check them out. Easy to make.
The easiest, by the way. Just add water.
You tell me. You tell me. You just made them.
Just add water. Equal parts water to mix. Put it in the pan just like you normally would crepes. It's like the thinnest pancake. Super easy to make. You might ruin a couple too to get used to the heat of your pan, but past that, so easy. And they're beautiful.
And I'll put some links in the show notes on some techniques on how to make them. But super easy. This can be done. So let's talk about your dessert here.
Yeah. So we're just going to make essentially like ice cream burritos out of crepes, but there'll be little packets of love. We'll see how they fold because they're on the smaller side. Okay. So we'll start out with Pierre's strawberry ice cream, one of my favorites. I'll be honest, I can't get enough strawberry ice cream.
Now we're talking because this is a go-to at my house is the strawberry ice cream. Love it.
Right. No, it's beautiful.
Now, did you do anything with this ice cream?
No, nothing. This is out of the freezer.
This is straight up.
For the cakes with the temperate. For this, no dice. You want it in its natural form, natural state, whatever you want to call it, right?
Love it.
So I want to take 2 crepes out here, 2 crepe shells.
Okay.
I'm just going to lay them right down, right? It's okay if they're different sizes. We'll make it work. Ice cream scoop. Pretty simple so far. You following?
Yeah, I got that. I can handle this.
Got it? I want to put a couple scoops in each one.
Okay.
You make crepes at home?
I do, yeah.
I feel like you're a crepe Suzette type of guy.
No, I like the crepe because it's like a pancake but better. So it's good.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. I agree. So we're going to make little bundles here, little packets or parcels if you want to call them. So we're just going to wrap this up.
Okay.
And again, this is something you can't move too slow on because ice cream does melt.
Yeah.
And crepes are a little warm, but that's okay. So we'll get our plate out here and we're going to drop this right on. But the beautiful thing about ice cream inside of crepes, as it melts, it just becomes sauce. Right?
Oh, it's just delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. And then I have some local Smucker's, strawberry spread. It's like a plate sauce. Nice. And we're just going to put that down for a little traction and a little appeal.
Okay.
And again, we want to be a little redundant with the flavor of strawberry. Because who doesn't love strawberries, especially coming in the summertime? Like, is there anything better?
This is great for your patio, your dining room, whatever it is. People are going to want to be staying at your restaurant longer. Make sure you're able to sell to them and give them an option. The dessert is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, they're going to camp out whether you like it or not, right?
No, correct. I think
sunny,
they're going to want the social interaction, and this is something that they can eat, enjoy their friends, and also increase that check average.
So we just dropped 2 crepes right on top of each other.
Okay.
Now here's the kicker. A lot of people use prefabricated whipped cream, and I'll be honest with you. Yeah. As easy as whipped cream is to make, I can't do it. I can't use a prefabricated. All right,
so how do you do it?
So heavy cream. Okay. You ready for this ratio?
Okay.
1 cup heavy cream.
Okay.
1 teaspoon vanilla.
Okay.
1 pinch of salt. And 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar.
4 ingredients?
4 ingredients. Throw it in the mixer, turn it on, forget about it for a couple minutes, and that's it. And you get the most lovely, unctuous, rich whipped cream. And the beautiful part is it's not overly sweet. Yeah. Because this is sweet on sweet already. Yeah. So I don't want to kill it, right?
But your customer is going to notice that you're not using something out of a can.
Right. Manicure or fruit and stuff. I'm always looking for something a little bit different. Most people cut the strawberry in half, and that's fine. Yeah. Okay. I like to do it more like this. And you could use a mandolin or a slicer. But these rings, to me, just look awesome. Okay. Because they're different, right? So now you got a talking piece. You just kind of jab these in here all over the place. Okay. You can put a couple down there, wherever you want.
Nice, nice. All right.
But you see that we're done with this dessert. And I would say I have, 3 minutes in the crepes? You guys saw me off camera. Yeah. 3 minutes total in the crepes. And then the plate up is super, super simple. And obviously, the more you do, the better you get. Now, here's another kicker. This is another little bit of wow factor that people don't do. Most of us carry fresh basil. Not a lot of us use fresh basil for desserts. I happen to think basil goes so well with sweet things.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. I absolutely think it's amazing.
And mint is great. I have some mint here that we're going to use in our next batch of crepes. Okay. But with the basil, I don't know what it is about, especially strawberries and basil, man. I could all day, every day. So it's something I've utilized a lot, something I will in the future.
Oh, again, if you could smell this, it is next level. This is...
Isn't it nice the way the basil plays with the strawberry?
It washes over you. It's really good.
So there's that.
Wow.
So super easy again, but when you get that at a restaurant, it's like there's something about this that you've never seen before. There's some je ne sais quoi there. This beautiful stuff. All right,
I'm impressed.
You ready? You're easily impressed.
I know, but I'm also I'm a fat kid at heart, and I really want to get into this crepe here. Okay, what do you got here?
Well, these are bananas. We're going to brulee these bananas. Okay. I put a little sugar on the banana slices.
All right.
So this is too, if you've got a creme brulee on your menu or something along those lines, you can do this pretty easily. I just got a little home blowtorch here. Okay. Put some sugar on the bananas, and then I'm just going to caramelize them. And they go pretty quick.
Love that.
Well, we need the deep richness because we're going to put some sea salt toffee caramel crunch ice cream from Pierre's in there. See how they start to turn brown, smoke a little bit.
I like that. Nice.
Gives it a little textural contrast and adds a little something different to the plate.
Yeah. Now, good thing we have the hood ventilation system here at Tri-C. This is good.
I wouldn't have done it without it because I'm lighting something on fire. Now, this part, could be, if you're saying that you're watching this video and you're like, yeah, that part takes too long. There's no way. You can skip this easy.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I'm telling you, this is the wow factor.
You ever had bananas like this?
Yeah, I mean, this is how I make them. I don't know how you make them.
You are one sophisticated home cook, brother.
I have the blowtorch at my house. I prefer a local independent restaurant, but when I have to make stuff at home, I use the blowtorch.
I'm starting to begin to think that your house is a local independent restaurant.
I wish.
I'm just going to start showing up at 6 p.m. and placing my orders. Sit down at the dining room table. So we're laying out our crepes again. Easy peasy. We got the Pierre's, and again, I don't want to get the name wrong. This ice cream is so delicious. If you like the sweet salty thing, it's unbelievable. And they got little bits of toffee in there for crunch too. Sea salt caramel toffee crunch.
So this is something that your customer with this combination is not going to be able to make at home, and is going to be a wow factor. This is really, really good. I'm still eyeing up the strawberry dessert, but this is going to be good.
I'll let you eat it in a second, I promise. So we're going to lay down some, again, we have the plate scrapers, the caramel sauce here.
Okay.
So you can do whatever you want on this. I'm just going a little Jackson Pollock on it. I'm not one for zigzags or like too organized plates.
My OCD wouldn't allow that, but you do you. You're an artist.
You know what it is, man? I have OCD tendencies in some areas of life, but when it comes to plating, I like rustic, man. Rustic is my jam. I know if one of my former cooks catches a hold of this video, they will laugh and laugh and laugh. Because they called me Mr. Rustic for a while. Insultingly, of course.
Okay, no, it wasn't a
wasn't
term of endearment?
No, it was.
Yeah. Now, if you see my desk at the office, again,
rustic?
It's rustic. All right, this is good.
Yeah, easy. Again, and I'm folding these up like little parcels because I want them to contain the ice cream.
Okay.
And as I keep doing them, they get a little easier to do, so I'm getting a little more familiar with it. Okay. And again, I'm going to go whipped cream right on top of this guy.
Love that.
Yeah, you got to, right?
Okay.
Got to.
Wow.
And then maybe we'll mix it up a little bit. Throw a little caramel over top because why not?
Yeah, because...
So for this one, I'm going to use a little bit of mint.
Okay.
All right. So fresh mint is amazing. It's good on most desserts. Now, these bruleed bananas, you can stick them anywhere you want. But you see how easy this is, man. That's the thing is you don't have to be a chef to be able to do this.
No, but people are not going to be doing this at home. So when they come to your restaurant and you're trying to provide a wow factor, this is a wow factor.
Well, this is really far removed from like what you normally see, right? Because a lot of times you get like the pre-made pies or ice cream cakes. Yeah. And they look cookie cutter. Your customer knows it.
There's no secret. So check this out. Wow. And I'm gonna one up him. I'm gonna turn it because I think it looks better from that angle. So good.
Yeah, easy peasy, man.
So
5 minutes of prep tops. Local companies, great call outs. You know, locally produced, supporting independently owned businesses. It checks all the boxes, man. I think this is a go-to this summer. Yeah. All year long. This is going to be something you add to your menu that people are going to come back for time and time again. This has a wow factor. Oh, and by the way, the food cost on this? Yeah. Very minimal. Great. I think I must have had like 3.5 ounces of ice cream, which is probably the most expensive part, and it's very reasonably priced. Okay. Very cool. So, yeah. No, it's a winner, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. You can find that ice cream at Hillcrest Food Service. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Back here on Restauranttopia, we got Chef Anthony doing his take on an American favorite, the ice cream sandwich. I know as a kid, I had a lot of these. None of them are as good as Anthony's, so let's see it. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, my man. No, it is. A lot of pressure. It's got to be next level. People are coming into your restaurant, paying you good money. Give them that wow experience. Anthony's going to teach you how to do it. Let's hear it. Yep, super simple again, man. So just like the other ones we put together, this is another take on an American classic. Typically we do this with chocolate chip cookie, vanilla ice cream, maybe some sprinkles around the outside. I want to take a little different spin. Okay. We all know how to do that one, and I implore you to do that one if you've never done one before. That's good, yeah. But this one we're going to do coffee ice cream from Pierre's, of course. And then I made these fudge brownie cookies today, and I poked holes in the top just to make them feel right, because I don't know what it is about ice cream sandwiches. They have to have holes in the top. It's science. I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's what it is, right? So you know what would go really good with this? What's that? If I wanted to pair it and increase ticket average. Let me guess. Mocena coffee. I'm telling you, Mocena coffee would be where it's at. So listen, Mocena coffee's where it's at regardless. Oh, I love it. Add the ice cream sandwich and I mean, I only drink probably 4 or 5 cups of coffee. Every cup is Mocena. I love it. So let's do this. Like how often? Before lunch, 4 or 5 cups? Because that's where I'm at. Yeah, I mean, each day. I'm not like saying okay, in a week. I'm saying every day I wake up, have my Mocena coffee, and then I can get things done. There you go. But not until then, right? No. So, all right, look, I baked these off this morning. These are fudge brownie cookies. Okay. So they're going to be more indicative or similar to what you would see in a traditional ice cream sandwich. Okay. You know? How long did that take you? I don't know, half hour. But, you know, listen, we carry one. So you can actually, we can do a frozen one and we do like a scoop and bake. Okay. So you can do it that way. Super easy. And I think the ice cream is critical here. I think that you could go with the scoop and bake. Oh, 100%. Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. In fact, I would recommend it. It's much easier. Can you get us that product code so we can put it in the show notes? You can find it at Hillcrest Food Service. Yeah, absolutely. We can include that for sure. So, I got the old trusty scoop here. Okay, I like that. Yep. And I'm just going to, so have you ever seen the ones that are like perfectly aligned with the cookie? You ever seen how they do that? Yeah, you know, the soft serve ones. That they no. What they do is they turn the pint on its side and cut slices out of the pint. Oh, I like that. I guess, yeah. Okay, right. I don't know. To me, again, you know what I like in food? It's a little more rustic. So I'm going rustic with this. And by the time I squeeze it down, it's going to fit pretty well. Yeah. So I'm just going to put 3 nice scoops on there. But you're not using a ton of ice cream. Don't have to. But you barely put a dent in that half gallon. So it's so you want to talk about food costs. Yeah. That's an amazing segue, first of all. Let me tell you. That's good. I'm pretty good at this. Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. You're the best. So that's it. And then you just smash this bad boy down. Okay. Now, we can fill in the gaps if you want to take an offset spatula or a spoon But I'll be honest with you.
I say don't go.
It doesn't even bother me that much.
No.
One thing I do
because you know why? It's rustic.
My man. See, he's picking up on this already. This is good stuff. Now, I have some chocolate ganache here.
Okay.
And so, again, this is heavy cream, chocolate, a little corn syrup, and vanilla melted in the microwave. And it's going to form like a magic shell on this.
Okay.
So I'm just going to dunk it in there and give it a nice little coating just for a little something extra.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get it to stick there. Yeah, why not?
I think you got it.
Right now. And we'll make it nice and gooey. Because we're going to eat these right away. Normally what I would do is I would prep these ahead of time and then freeze them. So your first night's going to be hard because you got to predict how many you're going to sell. But after that, you start getting a par level established, and then you can prep these, throw them back in the freezer, let them set. In an emergency, you don't have to let them set. You can serve them as is.
Yeah.
But if you want that ganache or you want sprinkles on the side, then you're definitely going to have to let it chill for a while. That way it freezes back up and solidifies again. Look at that. That was awesome.
See, I love that. See, I say don't make it smooth around. Now, the ganache doesn't maybe go on. The ganache goes on better, I think.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's got traction, right?
Okay, yeah.
So we're just going to put those on there.
Oh, you can. So you're serving it up two at a time.
Well, look, this is a good shareable one, right?
Okay,
like, imagine you with a group of friends, and you're like, oh my God, ice cream sandwiches, let's go back in time.
And how do you coach up your staff? People are going to ask, what's shareable? Or they're going to suggest, hey, I know everyone had a great meal, and they're going to want to say, what's a good dessert? This is something shareable everyone will like. It's Chef Anthony's take on an American classic. This is where it's at.
So let me tell you, man, that's one of the cardinal sins in my world is when I'm at a restaurant and the server comes up to me and says, would you like to see dessert menus?
No.
You can't, and that's like, I understand that's half the battle, but what do you say if you're a server?
I'm a server?
Yeah.
I hope everyone's enjoying their evening. You have to try Chef Anthony's ice cream sandwiches. Anything to make it a must-have.
So, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you've never had an ice cream sandwich like this, right? Coffee and chocolate and all that jazz together. They're the most amazing thing in the world.
And pair it with some coffee.
And the dark chocolate notes of the Mocena coffee go together. All of a sudden, you've created this infectious vibe that I can't say no now. I'm so damn curious. I got to say, you know what? Yeah, give me that. Just put it on the table.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, once one person gets the Mocena coffee and they're eating the ice cream sandwich, two other people are going to get the Mocena coffee too. Like it is going to be infectious. This is a game changer. This is going to increase your ticket average. Check it out. The recipe's in the show notes. Thank you so much. We're back with Pablo Lopez from Mocena Coffee and Hillcrest Foods. I want to show another way to increase ticket average by using coffee at the end of the dinner. Yeah. Pablo, how you doing?
Well, better. Good. I'm doing great.
Good to hear. Tell us a little bit about Mocena and the coffee you brought for us today.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mocena is a 100% farmer-crafted coffee. We source it 100% at origin from family-owned coffee farms. Interesting thing about my background is I come from a coffee-growing family. My father's Guatemalan, and I have 3 sets of aunts and uncles that own coffee farms.
Really?
Yeah. So coffee's kind of in my blood, and not a stereotype at all to say that, little Latino and Hispanic kids drink coffee at an early age because, I've been doing it my whole life. So kind of just in my blood. And, what we do is we source our coffee from the family-owned farms, and, we pay a significant price above fair trade.
Okay.
It's very important to us is, more about sustainability, so we pay closer to $5 per pound.
Wow. Okay.
5 to $7 depending on the coffee variety per pound of coffee. Mm-hmm. It's been amazing. Right now we're about 2.5, 3 years in. You can find our coffee at Heinen's and Market District here locally. Okay. The way I like to describe it, it's from a region in Guatemala called Huehuetenango. Mm-hmm. It's known for its high altitude, so it's cultivating the coffee at about 5,000 feet and above, above sea level. So the coffee has a very, very strong, nice acidic flavor that you're not going to get in many other coffee varieties. Mm-hmm. From a smelling aspect, I'd like to compare it to like a dark chocolate.
Nice.
Right?
Okay.
And, the taste is, you'll taste it for yourself once we get brewing here.
I can't wait. So one of the things we talk all the time about on Restauranttopia is the experience. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the dinner, after COVID, I believe, and I think we're going to find that people are going to want to stay longer at dinner. And the ability to sell them something and an increased ticket average is going to be key. So what do we have here?
So this contraction here, it's a V60. I like to call it, in my opinion, best way to brew coffee. Okay. You'll get a very, bold taste. Mm-hmm. Not like a French press, but I would say a little more cleaner because, obviously you still don't have that bean touch. Mm-hmm. Obviously there's a filter there that filters it out. It's a V60. It gets its name from the V, and then it's a 60-degree angle, where it angles in. Okay. We have about 32 grams of coffee in here, and what we're going to do is we're going to pour slowly 300 grams of water. So
this can be brought table side tableside?
Can be brought tableside. I would say probably better in a cafe setting if you do have one. If you have an area for your coffee service, I would say if you could set up a couple of these, if you really want to provide that niche kind of, I guess you could say third wave coffee experience, right? I'd say maybe having a couple set back there and, maybe bringing it out to the table so the customer can pour themselves.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so should we get brewing?
Yeah, let's see it.
Awesome. So you just do a slow drip like that, right? You really just want to saturate the beans there. You don't want to flood them. Common misconception is to flood them. You kind of want to get a little wet on there, and then you just kind of let it drip. I would say brewing time's anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes.
See, I would bring it tableside. I wouldn't do it in the back of the house.
You feel?
Yeah, I feel that the customer wants to see it. They're talking. It's something that you can bring to the table and give them that experience.
Yeah, I feel value added there, and I think like we were talking about in this segment, it's a great way to increase ticket average.
Yeah. How many cups will this brew?
So this little mechanism here is only brew about 1 cup.
Okay, perfect.
Now there are bigger drip methods like a Chemex. A Chemex would be amazing. Chemex comes in different sizes. The biggest ones, they probably brew anywhere from 4 to 5 cups.
All right. So. And we'll put links on our website to these different brewers so you can buy one for yourself and test it out, see what you like, what gives the most customer experience.
And you typically see, what I've seen a lot too is you typically see the French press. And the French press is amazing. But, to me personally, I'm a coffee lover. I love coffee. And this method, I don't think anything tops it.
This is an amazing way to make coffee. This is how I make it oftentimes at home for my wife. It brews a phenomenal cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very clean, so...
The French press, how much different is that compared to this?
I would say the biggest difference is with a French press, you'll get a bolder cup of coffee.
Okay.
You might even get a little more of it's going to be a bolder flavor because, again, the beans actually touch in the water.
Yeah.
Which here it is as well, but it's being filtered out.
Yeah.
Where, you let the beans sit at the bottom of the French press. So you plunge it and the beans still sit there. So you get like a bolder taste, almost like a hot chocolate. Yeah. Is the way I like to describe it. A little more like that, where with a V60, it'll be a little cleaner, because, again, it's being filtered.
Pablo, thank you so much for coming in today.
Absolutely.
I got to see you pour this coffee, though, before we wrap things up.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful cup of coffee. Give that value add. The customer's willing to pay for it, and they're going to stay in your restaurant and spend more money.
Without a doubt.
Thank you so much, Pablo.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a good one. You want to do like the United Nations? Like we just signed we ended world peace. World peace.
You want to do a jersey swap like the NBA?
This is a high quality pod. Thank you, everybody.
Take care. Adios.
Thank you for listening to Restaurantopia. The gratitude that we have for each and every one of you spending your precious time to listen to this podcast is immeasurable. Please make sure to tell a friend about this podcast. And also, if you have any feedback for us, visit us on restaurantopia.com and drop us a line. You can also subscribe on your favorite place to listen to podcasts. Thank you and have a great day.
Welcome back to Restaurantopia. We got a great episode in line for you today. We're going to have Chef Anthony Hamilton talk about how to increase ticket average with desserts. Quick desserts that you can implement at your restaurant to make more money. Let's hear it. We're good. All right, we're live. We're live. Feel nervous? You feel it? Like the camera's watching the camera? All right.